Hey yo, it's Joe, just Joe, and we're gonna run. I would like to run to Walmart, see if they clearance any Halloween stuff. We tried Walgreens, and we had to go to Food Line. They didn't have anything, so I'm gonna throw on some eye makeup and just kind of talk to you guys. But I do have something exciting. The Lunar Beauty 12. Oh, I shook the table. My bad. 12 Days of Lunar. Um, He did it in advent calendar style, but we have like a wooden one we got. We're gonna do this year, and I just really wanted the palette. It was, I thought, reasonably priced, especially if you did want to do it as an advent calendar. But I just put mine together, so let's get into it. So this is the palette that you got. It was empty, and I'll show you the shades. If you like makeup, telling stories about mental health or telling stories about animals, makeup hauls, all little things like that. Might as well subscribe. Click the link below, ring the bell, and let's just get into it. And we're going to kind of talk about what happened and what's been happening with my mental health. I've mentioned it quite a bit before, but um, I don't know. I just want to show something that happens to my skin. I know that sounds crazy right now, but you understand. So, again, there's the packaging, which is always gorgeous. And here are the shades, which I love. I know, I don't know. Oh, and this isn't empty, that's a black. They don't have names, I probably will just, I'll show you, point to them, but names don't mean that much to me. That's fine, unless I'm, trying to tell somebody what I'm doing. Uh, I think I'm gonna go into this kind of taupe with a hint of yellow shade. So, um, as a lot of you know, I have uh, anxiety and depression. I never really dealt with that kind of thing before I became disabled. Um, I don't know, I was a happy person. I still am a happy person, but there's just things that I've never dealt with until I became disabled. And then now I am going through menopause, which the combination has been really hard on me. And I actually just had a friend ask about my rosacea. I think she has rosacea too, but just not as bad as me. And she was asking if mine did a certain thing when I was super stressed out, or, is it something she needs to get checked? And of course, I always, if something's going on different with your body, I always recommend getting it checked if you're worried about it. But she was talking about how her skin was really textured and um, kind of raised up, and of course red. But she knew with rosacea it was going to be red. And so yesterday I had a really hard day mentally, and I did send them a picture to show her because I actually have pretty severe rosacea, and it extremely affected by stress, I guess. And I kind of wish I would have took um, a little clip of my face before I got my base on. But, I didn't think about it. But you should probably still be able to see it, especially with my new phone. Um, this new phone is way clearer than my old phone, but I will say it takes a lot longer to download, and I'm assuming because the resolution and everything and pixels and all that jazz is so much higher. But let me get this eye kind of blended a little better. I'm not going for anything fancy. I just kind of wanted to see if these shades were like his palettes, so I could kind of tell you guys. Um, I know this was a limited thing, so I don't know if there's any more on his website. But, and I don't, a lot of people didn't know if it was going to go Christmassy or what, but I think it's kind of falling and Christmassy. And I think it's a good palette um, if it's for somebody that's just getting into makeup because it has just enough color and the browns and the champagnes and bronzes, you know what I mean? That are easy to work with when somebody is first kind of learning. I mean, when I was kind of first learning, I went head first. I wanted color and everything, but most people do like to go lean into the neutral side right when they're starting to learn. I do want to show you my highlighter too. I think that's close. So let me get up here. Oh, I hope I don't bump the table. But okay, you can see the redness. Oh my gosh, the camera's so good. I don't think you can see the texture and how it's raised. Maybe you see a little bit here, like right here, it's raised and textured. So when I have really bad anxiety, depression, or any of the things, my skin gets hot where the rosacea's at, really red. And then, like, this all happened last night, and this will last a few days. And I don't know. I mean, I've said I've had rosacea before, but I guess I never thought about people not knowing. Oh, I want to show you my highlighter. Can y'all see? That is House Lab, the peach one. Oh, it's the only real thing that I got, like, the Sephora sale, which I'll go into in a minute. I'll tell you that in a minute. But, so yeah, I have a lot. I mean, my face looks totally different. Honestly, totally different. When I've had a hard mental time. And, people, I guess most people think, well, my eyes are puffy because I'm crying or whatever. Goodness, my whole face goes puffy. But, I mean, that's fine. Everybody has their thing. And last night was just a hard night for me. And we're allowed to have hard nights. But that's kind of the mental side of things. I do have some really, really good friends that I'm able to talk to when things like that happen. Um, Sorry, I'm looking at the blend. They're blending really well. I just took it up a little too far on one side because I also get really shaky after I've um, had a bad mental time, you know what I mean? Bad mental episode or whatever. I'm gonna go with the purple. Right, you can see it. Another thing about this palette is I'm glad he stuck with the moon theme for the palette he gave to put the shadows in. Ooh, purple's just a little powdery and I don't want to get fallout, so I'm going in very gentle. So, I mean, it's showing up and blending nicely, but I don't know how much of that y'all can see because I'm going in where I'm going to have to build it because I don't want to get purple all over my face. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's pretty purple. I don't even think I have a lot of purples, but I don't think I have this brownie mauve purple fall color anywhere in my collection. I've been trying real hard not to repeat my collection. So I was a little nervous about buying this. Um, but it was fun, and every now and then you're gonna get some repeat shades. I mean, if you got any kind of collection at all, every time you turn around, somebody's making a shade pretty similar nowadays, you know? I remember growing up with my mom, which she hardly ever wore makeup. But I do remember at the store, it was either, I think, browns, you could get some blues, and purple, I believe. And that was about all your choices, man. Can y'all believe that? Most of y'all can believe it because y'all are around my age. That just seems crazy, don't it? It just seems crazy. But, and I go back to my mental thing. Um, I don't mind if anybody, says sorry that you had a rough night, or, people are allowed to be nice. Um, but, you know, I guess I don't like when people say, oh, you're disabled, it must be hard. I don't know if that's the right, I don't know how to say it. I don't like when people pity me. Um, yeah, obviously being disabled is hard. And then on top of it, I tore the tendons in my feet, which means I got that whole other thing going on. Um, my right foot is on, I think, about 95% better though, y'all. So we're getting there. My left foot is having a hard time healing. But I just don't like when people think my life stinks. I hope that makes sense. And I know I'm kind of monotone and kind of out of it. I do have medicine in me to kind of help me through the day to day. And it, I guess, only kind of zombifies me in a way. It just kind of slows me down and everything. And I don't usually take it because I hate it so much. But I do think that if you need your medicine, take it. I've always said that. But that's one of the medicines, just because of the way it makes me feel, I don't like to take. That is so pretty, y'all. Look. Oh, I hope it shows up good because the purple's kind of looking muddy, but it don't look like that person. I'm just going to put a shimmer shade on to call it a day because Jason's keeping Buddy occupied. But, yeah, so I did take my anxiety medicine, and it kind of just throws me off a little bit because I'm not used to feeling this way. You know what I mean? I'm going to use this. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is use this pink shimmer in the middle, go to this champagne like on the inside, and then this more white. It's kind of like a really light champagne in my inner corner, and we'll do mascara, and it'll be done. And I know that I have not put the makeup products in the last video. I still have them sitting here. I am gonna do it. Like I said, I had a kind of an unexpected breakdown. Um, for me, my problem is I'm so used to always wanting to say, well, it don't do no good for somebody else to have to go through what I'm going through. And then I don't want to tell nobody nothing. Um, and then it all kind of bubbles up if something happens, like the tendons in my feet being torn. I just kept smiling and dealing with it and trying not to be a bother. And nobody told me I was a bother, but my mindset, because you just can't help the way your mind thinks. You want to think different, but it's just not that easy. I mean, I've been this way for 15 years, and I still wake up some days and be like, I'm just useless. And I'm not. I'm not. But the bully in my brain wants me to think that. Let's put that especially because I went to school for so long and I wanted to go to university to get my PhD. I don't know. I've even been tossing around in my head. Um, am I capable to teach right now? Because I still have my master's degree. If I did it part time and like sat behind a desk instead of stood, it's just it's the ones of you that have chronic pain, or the ones of you maybe broke a leg, or you don't get to pick your good days. So it is super hard to answer the question, could I? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I'm sure there are days I could. But what if on a Tuesday I feel like crap? I can't just not go in. Does that make sense? And a lot of times I start overthinking that kind of stuff. And then I'll be resting my legs or whatever. Like right now, I'm having to elevate my feet a lot because of my tendons. And, you know, I'll look and let's say I see we have 4 disabled cats and a puppy. The puppy's hyperallergenic, so he don't really do a lot of damage hair wise in the house, but the cats, obviously have hair. And I'll see a little clump of hair in the corner or something. Y'all that have animals and hardwood floors, y'all know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden my brain goes, well, look, see, you can't even get up and get that hair. And it's okay to have these feelings. These feelings are totally valid. But you know, you don't want to get yourself to where you don't want to move, you don't want to get up, you don't want to try. And being disabled, normally, it's already kind of hard. But right now, with the extra injuries on top of it, it's like, I don't know, my brain is really trying to mess with me. And realistically, I can tell myself that is not true, Joe. Don't believe that bully in your head. But man, when your own brain's telling you that stuff, it is hard not to believe it. But anyway, this is such a cute palette, y'all. I'm really excited about this. That is so pretty. Okay, let me do my. I know Jason's waiting for me, but I always want to be honest with y'all. And I kind of want to, you know, I do like this palette a lot. I like all this other stuff, so I knew I would. But I kind of want to be honest with y'all with what's going on. And even as far as right now, I would say I feel like I don't sound the same, and I'm kind of out of it. And that's why I want to tell you, yes, I'm medicated. Don't be embarrassed that there are things that you need. If it's medicine or like that, we moved, and I have found a therapist where we're at. Oh, psychiatrist. Um, because I do think I need to kind of get back into that. I was going really regular in my old city, and then my therapist, who was amazing, got offered her dream job. Her husband had died at a young age of cancer, and so her dream job was to work um, therapy with cancer patients. So I was super excited for her. I've been going to her for so many years. I mean that. I literally could text her any time. I knew I could. I knew I could. But kind of after she went to her other thing, Of course, she gave recommendations and everything, but you get in this mindset, oh, I'm doing so much better. I'll just take a little break, and then vacation comes up, and then we decide we're moving, and you get out of the swing of things. So I think it's in a week or two. I really hope I like this place. I'm sure it'll be fine. The only reason why I say that is 'cause I had one bad psychiatrist one time. Literally, the whole time I was there, she was trying to sell me some kind of diet, food, and stuff that was part of an MLM pyramid scheme. So that got me on the wrong foot of a psychiatrist, but luckily I got the best psychiatrist ever after that. So let's see where we're at. Gosh, I feel like this was so simple. It's so pretty. But anyway, let me show you close up. Look how pretty that is. I'm really excited. All right, guys. Well, I know Jason's out there really want me to go. So I love you just so much. I'll let you know about the new psychiatrist when I get to go. I think it's next week, maybe 2 weeks. But I love you guys so much. Please stay safe. Make good decisions. And I'll see you next time.